Welcome to The Clean Slate with your hosts, Daniel Garza and Carson Phillips, providing you with movie news, reviews, and more. Sit back, relax, and don't forget to go to the concessions to get your popcorn and drinks. For your entertainment, this is The Clean Slate Podcast.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to The Clean Slate Podcast. It's 2025. We're definitely not recording this in 2024. And we're going to go over our favorite movies from this last year. And we're not just picking movies that came out in 2024. Admittedly, there was only a handful of ones that I actually watched, so I don't know if the other ones are good. But movies that we watched for the podcast. So that's even before YouTube. So for the OGs out there, for the real ones. You can look back at our reviews of these. So we'll try to keep it brief here, but yeah, we're going to go over some favorites and new to us movies.
Yep. Sweet. Okay, cool. So, guys, we're going to do 5 movies each, maybe with some honorable mentions, but...
No, only 5.
Only 5,
We're being
then.
strict this year.
All right, fine. Okay, cool. So, let's go. Our first pick, you go.
Gosh, I have to go first? Okay, first pick, something we watched recently, technically not a movie, and it came out this year, and we did a review of it, Uzumaki. I was very highly anticipating this anime, and it's something that I love the original story, and obviously you can watch our review. It doesn't hit 100% perfect, but overall, really great experience watching this show, and I enjoyed it, and I think you guys should watch it, especially if maybe you're anime adverse. I think this could be a good gateway because it's horror, which is a genre many of us love, and translates really well to this medium. So if you're interested, check it out. But I think it was awesome.
Which movie was that?
Uzumaki.
Uzumaki, right. Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. All right, well, my first pick is going to be The Creator. I loved this movie so much.
King.
Yeah, it honestly, I mean, just in terms of just design and story, I think it's overall one of the best movies I've seen all year, or this season. So, yeah, The Creator is my faves so far, and also what's his name, Washington.
Yeah, he kills it.
Yeah, he's so good in that one. Okay, so that's my first pick.
I agree with that movie. It's not one of my picks, but very inspiring as a filmmaker to see that film.
Yeah.
So my next pick here, number 2, is something that Daniel had us watch for his birthday month, August. So if you guys are interested in that, go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen. It's on there. And this is a little movie called Doubt. This movie had a fantastic cast. Everyone fires on all cylinders. Fires on all cylinders.
Full cylinders.
And it's based on a play, and I think the playwright directed it. So it's really cool, really well made. All the things in filmmaking that I love, like big questions, lots of conflicted feelings about things, and vagueness. Like you don't really know what happens towards the end. Like you don't know the answer to the question.
Yeah,
love it. And I also love films that talk about faith in this way. So it's very interesting. Check it out. It's very depressing, but I loved it, and I'm glad you picked it for your birthday month.
Nice. Well, that's so sweet. Okay, fine. I'll get you back.
Welcome.
For Carson's birthday
hear it.
month, one of my favorite movies was Under the Silver Lake. I think that
Let's
movie.
go.
Well, first of all, who's the main actor in it? Is it Garfield?
Yeah, it's Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, Andrew Garfield just blows it out of the water with his acting, and then not to be to take away from, but the writing and just the plot in general, it's what I love about movies. It's just so much mystery, so much like thrill. It leaves you like wondering, not necessarily like thinking about questions in your own life, but questions in the world that they created, which can evidently, I think, affect how we think and live. But I think it was one of my favorite mystery movies to date.
I think it opened you up to liking like Mulholland Drive and Blue Velvet too.
Yeah,
which
it
is
did.
Cool.
So Carson's always working on me trying to get into older movies and different types of movies. So I think
Grooming him for it.
he knocked it out of the park with that one. So I definitely loved Under the Silver Lake.
Cool. So my next one is one that we haven't reviewed. I'm hoping we actually maybe can review it this year. And it's a movie called Dee Dee. This is a coming of age film. It takes place in like the early 2000s, kind of like when Daniel and I were growing up to a certain extent.
Yeah.
And it has like references to like Paramore and like early days of MySpace. A lot of stuff that I'm familiar with from my childhood. Obviously, this is from like an Asian perspective. This is like an Asian American's perspective on growing up in this time period. And it has all the things that you would love about a coming of age film. It's really funny. I watched it with a good friend of mine. Yeah, so you guys should check it out. And I think it's kind of like an indie darling at this point. I think it did really well at like Sundance and all these other places. So you guys should check it out. It's really fun. It's funny. You'll have a good laugh, good cry. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, this is kind of sad. I just found out like 2 more, maybe 3 more that are all mainstream, so I'm really upset that I'm like in this position now. So my first mainstream
Just
one,
pick the ones you want.
my first mainstream one is Fall Guy. I think the comedy in that is so funny.
Really?
I think Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt, who I normally don't love Emily Blunt in a lot of her movies, but Emily Blunt is so funny. Such a dry sense of humor, and Aaron Taylor Johnson as well is really good in it. But just I love movies that kind of like
Craven, baby.
Stop.
Sorry.
I love movies that kind of shed light on Hollywood and kind of bring life to things that aren't necessarily talked about so much. So in this case, stuntmen. And I really liked Fall Guy, and the soundtrack's amazing too. So it's
We also have a review of that movie.
yes, we do. Okay, next.
Cool.
I think that's this is. Was that my
we
second
both
one?
have 2 more left, I believe.
2 more. Dang. Okay.
That was your third.
Dang. Okay.
So this next movie, you probably heard of. It's a big movie. I think we reviewed it for the podcast. Maybe not. But Dune Part 2.
Yeah.
I'm a
so
Dune. I'm a Dooner. I'm a rude Dooner.
good. Dune
y'all.
boy.
Dune boy.
Tootin' Dooner.
But I've been obsessed with Dune as a franchise in general for so long now, since high school. I actually wanted to remake it before, the giant hit that it is now. So I'm kind of bummed, kind of mad about it, kind of bitter. But Dune Part 2 was everything I wanted. I still think Part 1's better, but Part 2 hits for sure. It has a lot more action, a lot more entertainment value
Yeah.
overall. And we get to see more of this fully realized world. Great world building. Haven't checked out the TV show yet. Let me know if it's good. I kind of want to see it still.
Dune
I've
Prophecy.
been lazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really interested. And there's the new game coming out, so that's exciting. And for sure, Dune 3 is coming out too, which is cool
Yeah.
because the second book is what it'll adapt. Is awesome. I think it ties the story up in a beautiful way. So yeah, really fun. Little Twink Timothée, what a guy. Love him.
Okay. Well, I am going to say for my next one, it's also another mainstream one, is Deadpool and Wolverine. It's what I just found when I was scrolling.
Dude, so good.
So funny.
So
I thought
good.
you were about to say so bad. But yeah,
So bad.
Deadpool and Wolverine is
So
just
mid,
the most
actually.
chaotic but hilarious movie. I watched it 3 times in theaters, so I'm just like,
That's crazy.
I love that movie, and obviously Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman deliver in such a great way. It's the way that we always wanted them
Probably
to see.
the only good Ryan Reynolds role ever.
Deadpool, probably. Besides Green Lantern.
But oh yeah, that's actually better, arguably.
Anyway, yeah, so Deadpool and Wolverine, for sure.
And what's the song in it? The old song is like trending now forever. When you call my name,
Oh, yeah. Like a Prayer by Madonna.
that Like a Prayer
Yeah.
is like more popular than ever.
Life is
Probably
a
like I hear that song once a day
mystery. Yeah, oh, it's everywhere.
or more, probably more.
More
And it
because
comes
of
into my
like,
head all the time now.
well, it's also like on every like TikTok and Instagram reel now as like the inspirational thing.
It's trendy, yeah. But it works so. The soundtrack in that movie, though, oh my gosh,
Get stuck in your
anyways,
head for sure.
yeah, it's great. Dang, this list went by really fast. My last favorite film, and these are in no particular order, but this movie is one of those ones that really, I think this was for our A24 month, that Paul Schrader directed it. First Reformed. So of course it's good. It's Paul Schrader, but
Great movie.
it hit on every level that I needed to. Really amazing performances. And it has all those themes, like I mentioned in Doubt, that I like this religious theme and like big questions. It doesn't really give you the answer. It just asks the question. And I love that about First Reformed. And it deals with like environmental issues, extremism, like all this stuff that's really interesting to me. So I enjoyed that film. I enjoyed the conversation. It started in my brain at least. And I want to revisit it because that was my first time watching it. It has like really good visual images as well. Especially towards the end with like the, what do you call it? The pokey metal that's on fences. What's that called?
Barbed wire.
Yeah, thank you. Like there's this imagery of barbed wire that's really intense in that film that still sticks in my brain today. So yeah, it's a good one.
Same actually. Okay, I was in between two, and I think I'm gonna have to.
I'm excited.
Also, go to which month was this? This was back in January. We reviewed this film, so I'm pretty sure it's a 2023 film. But we reviewed it in January.
Early days.
Yeah. So that one was Past Lives. Past Lives was
so good, dude.
Such a good movie. I watched it with my wife, and we just like it. It just opened up so much discussion on that movie.
Did she like it?
Yeah, she loved
Do you
it.
remember?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it was one of those gut wrenching
hated it.
ones. Well, yeah, it was kind of like those gut wrenching ones. You're like, I hate this movie, but it's so good. So I'm pretty sure that's where she stands on it.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
Past Lives was a really good movie. I own it now and want to watch it all the time. Okay, I have to do one honorable mention.
Well, I get to do one honorable mention too.
That's fine. So my honorable mention is Speak No Evil. I had every hope and dream for that movie. It delivered on a lot of cases, so it didn't make my top 5, but it's right up there for like top 6. Speak No Evil was a really good movie, so really enjoyed that one. Okay, are you looking for another one?
I'm checking my Letterboxd. Follow me, Carson Phillips, on Letterboxd. In 2025, I'm going to watch 365 movies, and I might do some videos on that. So check it out.
Hey.
Watch me.
No advertising for your other things.
Sponsored by Carson Phillips solo channel. Dude, okay. So you're going to hate me for this.
Okay.
But I think about Pumpkinhead on the daily since we watched that. And I freaking love that movie. There's something about that movie that just slaps. Unlike
which one was
else.
Pumpkinhead again?
Dude, where they're like they kill his son on accident in like a motorcycle accident.
Oh yes,
and then he summons like this demon pumpkin, and it's the coolest thing ever. Like this movie is so freaking sick. If you haven't seen it, you need to watch it. That's my honorable mention. It's not
honestly, I should have said Lady
like
of Shanghai.
the best movie in the world, but
yeah,
Lady from Shanghai, also an amazing movie.
Okay,
but I can't pick something that I picked. I think that'd be kind of messed up.
Huge curveball. What was the worst movie we in 2024 or we reviewed on the podcast?
Crazy Nights. Eight Crazy Nights was so bad. Honestly, I enjoyed 8 Crazy Nights more than Red 1. So I don't know. Let me think about this.
I'm gonna probably say Night Swim. Night Swim was the worst.
Oh, Night Swim was god awful. There was nothing redemption. No, you liked it though. You were like, "Oh, it's kind of so good, it's bad."
No, I didn't. Or Tree of Life. I'm sorry, that was your birthday month, but I hated Tree of Life.
Shut up. Tree of Life is an all-time great movie.
Anyway,
it's so good. That's like blasphemous to say.
Anyway. All right, guys. Well, do you have the worst one? What's your worst one? Did you already say? 8 Crazy Nights.
I feel like there was a movie I hated, and I can't remember.
Troll Hunters.
I don't know. I love
Megan
movies,
is
guys.
Missing.
Megan is Missing. Yeah, like kind of deplorable, like nasty behavior there.
Maybe The Third Man.
Sound of
or
Freedom.
Memento. Did we review
that this year?
I don't think so.
We reviewed it.
That was in September of 2023, so that was still in last season.
Yeah, that was still. Dang, that's crazy. This year went by. I feel like I didn't watch any movies this year.
For real. Okay. Well, guys, so that is the movies that we. That's just kind of our rating of all the movies we reviewed and watched in 2024. Let us know what yours were of worst and best.
Yeah.
But
We didn't watch a lot of movies that came out this year, so
yeah, true.
if there's something we missed, you should stick around because January we're gonna go over some movies we missed.
Yeah, January we're gonna hit some of those movies. We are sticking to 4 to 5 movies a month, just because we were doing like 12 a month, and it was really
The
driving
double
us
features are
insane.
tough.
Or the triple features. So anyway, yeah, guys, we're going to be hitting some really good movies this month. Actually, we got a pretty good lineup, and then we're gonna jump right into all of our themed months, and you guys are gonna love it. And let us know what you wanna see us review, talk about, or just
Lego
watch.
month.
Lego.
We could do a Lego month.
Last I don't know.
Legolas month.
Legolas month.
Last. Do you guys want us to review TV shows again? We were doing that for a while.
Yeah,
could
we
do that
were.
again.
Yeah, I'm done. Anyway, guys, well, that is going to do it for technically 2024. So now we're going to jump. Well, I guess January is still 2024. So we're going to just jump right into
Yeah,
2024
we're-
movies that we haven't seen, and then we'll get started. But guys, you'll want to keep up with us. We're going to be dropping a lot of good content. So make sure you like, subscribe, follow, comment, share. And give us a review. Let us know if you're liking this page and how we can improve or what we should stop doing or do better. Anyway, but we will see you next week for...
Just stop. Just stop the podcast.
Just don't do it anymore. We will see you next week for another great film. Peace.
That's a clean slate.